I'm Abby. It is so nice to meet you. Thank you. Oh my gosh, so thank you. First of all, she plays Michel'le in the film. Can you give us a Michel'le, because she has a very signature voice as well. Can you give a little sneak peek of how you do her voice in the film?
Well, I'm not sure what you mean, but this is kind of the best I can do.
So spot on. We just talked to her.
Crazy, you know?
So phenomenal. Now, I was asking her if she had any part in casting you in the film, and she did not, but have you guys grown close after working on this film together?
Oh, absolutely. To say that Michel'le and I have grown close is kind of an understatement. My biggest goal was to really give her story the true light that it deserved and the honesty. So the only way to do that was to bug her, ask her questions. You know, there were days where, you know, I would be kind of just like going through a scene and having a tough time with it, and she would let me come to her room at 6 o'clock in the morning before I had to go on set to be like, okay, Mish, like, what exactly were you feeling in this situation? What was your mindset? You know, because Michel'le, where she was at that moment in her life, was a completely different mindset than I have and than I've ever experienced. You know, I've never seen domestic abuse firsthand. I've never experienced it. So to be in a position to capture a woman's mindset where she was at that point in time in her life, where it was like, okay, and that was normal. It's like, in order to really play that, I can't take it from a third person's point of view. I have to really live it. And the only way that I could do that was to get close to her and pick her brain as much as I could.
And you talked a little about like domestic violence, and that's portrayed obviously in the movie. What was it like, and how hard was it to get into those scenes?
You know, it took some time, luckily, and I had an amazing crew around me that really kind of gave me the time to, you know, when it was a deep emotional scene for me, the crew was quiet on set. You know, they allowed me to kind of go into that place, and it was hard. You know, after those days where I had to do those scenes of abuse and things like that, I was exhausted, you know, because those kind of things, they take it out of you, because when you're acting, you try to make it as real for yourself as possible. And there were scenes that after I completed them, I broke down, because I was like, this was her reality. You know, this for me is my job and a blessing that I'm able to go forth and portray her. But this for a very long time was real for Michel'le and so many women out there, you know. So it took a lot of preparation, but I think that you'll see the film and it was all worth it.
And playing such a role as this, did you learn anything about yourself in the process?
Oh, absolutely. Even after I landed the role, I questioned if I was going to be able to do this, you know, because it caused for a complete transformation. You know, I don't have those beautiful piercing green eyes that she has, so I had to wear contacts that gave me tunnel vision. Having to learn her voice and knowing that she was going to at some point be standing right next to me in the film doing that voice, you know, having to master that. I learned that person, and I want people to give me a challenge so that I can rise to the occasion, because that's the only time that I'm actually going to grow in life and get better. So this was a challenge for me, but I had the time of my life. So,
and now my last question for you is, over the entire process of making this film, is there one memory or situation that will just always stick with you?
Okay. So for this film, a lasting memory, there's so many. I cried like a baby when we wrapped. But I would say that in one of the scenes where Michel'le is getting abused, Michel'le walks into the scene and she begins to narrate it. And she started crying. And it was real, and I had to keep myself in the moment and not kind of avert all of my attention to Michel'le. But after she did it, she was like, this is exactly how it happened, and I don't know if I can let my daughter see this, because I just relived it. And so for me to know that in that moment, I knew that I was doing her story justice. So that was one of the many moments that were really memorable for me.
That sounds incredible. I'm so excited to see this film, and I think it'll resonate with a lot of people. Congratulations, and have so much fun tonight.
Thank you.
It was so nice to meet you.